Making such a basic mistake. How long do you think you've been with the company?
The manager seemed to mistake the documents I processed on behalf of a junior for my own work. I reluctantly made a formal apology. I'm terribly sorry. I'll be more careful in the future.
There won't be a next time.
That day, I ended up submitting my resignation to the manager. It was sad to leave a place I had finally found as my own, but I had no regrets. Now, I could really get away from that person. A week after resigning, the manager and I bumped into each other at sushi restaurant.
What a coincidence.
She is clearly in a good mood, anticipating the high-end sushi. Unaware of who was waiting in the private room, she walked down the corridor beside me.
Speaking of which, why are you wearing a suit if you quit? Oh, right, you're job hunting, that stuff.
I wasn't thinking about getting back at the manager at all, but for everyone's sake, I returned her smile with determination. I've just been appointed as the new president, ma'am. I'll be sure to handle things strictly as your superior from now on. I slowly opened the sliding door to the private room. In front of a top-notch sushi chef's presentation, I forced a polite smile. My name is Sean Turner. I'm an ordinary person with no particular talents, but my father is the president of a large company that can afford to invite famous sushi chefs to our home. Despite inheriting my father's intellect and graduating from Harvard University, I stumbled during elementary school entrance exams and have never managed to catch up. Working at a subsidiary of my father's company, I'm still not even a senior staff member at 39. Naturally, my parents have never acknowledged me, favoring only my brother.
At some point, you need to at least make senior staff, or should I just announce you're my son?
My father casually mentioned while eating an eel sushi. He always did this. Behind the scenes, he exerted pressure, and during my school years, teachers treated me specially. Once, I deliberately answered a test incorrectly to see what would happen, only for that test to be the only one not to have retake. I've understood since I was a child that I'm not meant to be treated specially. Every time I received different treatment from other students, I felt miserable. In this regard, my current company was comfortable. Initially, I tried to get a job at a company unrelated to my father to get away from him, but he opposed it. Under the condition that our relationship wouldn't be disclosed, I joined my current company. I went through the same interview process as everyone else, and no one knows I'm the son of the parent company's president. For the first time, I feel like I've found a place where I belong in this company, where they give me a fair evaluation by saying, "You're not cut out to be a chief." I'm sorry, but could you please not disclose that we're related, Dad? I think it would cause trouble for you too.
He's right. If people found out someone like him is your son, it'd lower your reputation.
My brother added, causing my mother to chuckle.
That's true. Let's focus on eating since you are here.
My father said, not allowing me to leave my seat, forcing me to continue eating tasteless high-end sushi.
I'll be taking over as the head of this sales department, starting today. My name is Diana Johnson. With me here, I assure you we can turn the performance around. Just make sure to follow my instructions.
Today, a woman named Diana Johnson, who is about 10 years older than me, has been assigned here from the New York headquarters. Our company, primarily a supermarket, wholesales machinery for processing meat and other foods. Although a subsidiary, our company is large, with the New York headquarters, a branch in Chicago, and where I work, the equivalent to the Houston branch. Recently, our branch's performance has been declining, so we were informed that a competent person would be sent from headquarters. I had hoped for someone decent to arrive, but the initial greetings from the new arrivals stirred anxiety among everyone. And it wasn't just Diana who had been assigned.
I'm Merica Glover, and like Diana, I'll be serving as the section chief in the sales department, starting today. Please look forward to working with me.
Standing next to Diana, she appeared considerably younger than me. Her greeting was standard, but her facial muscles barely moved. She seemed almost android-like.
She is a very capable person. Originally, I was supposed to come here alone, but I insisted she join me. Make sure to follow her instructions as well as mine,
Diana declared, running the show from the first day. She had young employees fetch her coffee whenever it ran out and called the person responsible for each difficult negotiation to explain themselves in front of everyone. Erica was somewhat better, but she had her issues too.
These numbers are in full-width characters, not half-width. Please resubmit.
Her nitpicking meant that reports that used to be submitted smoothly were now often returned, hindering work progress.
Isn't there anyone competent here? It's frustrating how much we have to carry the load.
In just one day, my workplace, which was supposed to be my sanctuary, turned into something as oppressive as my family home. A month after Diana's arrival, everyone was exhausted. The younger employees, in particular, were making mistakes out of fear of what could happen if they didn't secure contracts, often losing deals that were near completion. During a break, a colleague half-jokingly wondered aloud if someone collapsing would finally make the headquarters realize the true nature of these two, but it was a real possibility. I decided to offer myself up. Diana, at this rate, someone might collapse. I understand the need to improve performance, but could you reconsider your approach?
And what if they do collapse?
Her question caught me off guard, and I was unable to respond.
In sales, numbers are everything. If someone collapses, it means they weren't cut out for this.
Diana's response was calm. It's the tone of someone who thinks anyone not as excellent as my father doesn't matter. There are various types of people in the world. As a supervisor, it's your job to identify the best way to teach each individual and nurture them. If someone collapses, it means you have failed in your duty, making you the one who is not competent. Choosing words that I hoped would provoke her, Johnson reacted as expected, scattering documents across the floor in anger.
I was chosen for this position because I am competent. Those who are not should grovel and pick up these papers.
I collected the papers while being looked down upon by her. I didn't feel humiliated, thanks to my upbringing. Thinking I couldn't possibly refer to Erica as an android, she knelt beside me to help. I was completely unaware, so I was surprised and let out a strange voice.
I'll assist.
You are kind. See, hurry up and pick them up.
Maybe Erica was inherently kind, and I regretted thinking of her as an android.
I just need to check some of these documents immediately.
She looked at me directly.
Your unnecessary remarks have wasted our time. Please reflect on this.
Even Diana seemed taken aback. unable to sit down with the documents Erica handed her. Though it was an unexpected turn of events, focusing Diana's bullying on me did succeed in reducing the burden on other employees. Feeling relieved, a junior colleague approached me with a pale face.
What should I do?
Erica was right next to us, and though I hesitated, it seemed there was no time to move elsewhere, so I listened there.
We've received a call saying the machinery we delivered was wrong. I've also made a mistake in the estimate, so they're quite upset with me.
I had anticipated that mistakes would be induced by Diana's management style. I tried to hand him an open can of coffee in consolation, but missed.
Did you just hang up? How angry were they? Please tell me more.
Erica pressed him, and he looked like he was about to cry. Please, let's leave it at that. I'll handle the rest.
No, this is what supervisors are for. I will take care of it.
She quickly checked the client's information stored in the system and made a call. At first, there were shouts of anger, but gradually, they turned into laughter.
This should resolve the issue. We'll deliver what was originally supposed to be sent out sooner than usual, so please help, Sean. You're dismissed now.
The junior deeply bowed to her. Perhaps she wasn't a bad person after all, just different. I was relieved that the situation had been resolved, but the story didn't end there. When the documents were recreated with my name on them, Diana, mistaking me for the person in charge, called me in.
Making such a basic mistake. Really? How long do you think you've been with the company? You're not a new employee.
Erica might have intervened if she were here, but unfortunately, she was out apologizing to the client for the delivery mistake along with the junior. I'm terribly sorry. I'll be more careful in the future.
There won't be a next time.
Johnson smirked and pointed to her computer.
There's a template for a resignation letter in the shared folder, in case you don't know how to write one.
If I didn't write it, the junior would likely be next. Without hesitation, I downloaded the resignation letter and submitted it to Johnson before the two returned. Leaving a place I had finally found was sad, but I had no regrets. Now, I could truly get away from my father. I even thought I should have done this sooner. A week after resigning, thinking I wouldn't be found out so soon, I was called by my father. I might be told to work for him this time. With a heavy heart, I headed to the sushi restaurant run by the chef who had visited our house the other day. In the private room I was led to, there were my father and, surprisingly, Erica. Why are you here? Upon revealing her true identity, I was astonished.
That's the situation. I'm counting on you.
Despite not being the type of conversation to have while eating, my father didn't stop eating his sushi.
You should start eating too, Sean. The noisy one will be here soon.
Can I go to the bathroom now?
Go ahead.
Thinking it was going to be a long conversation, I almost bumped into a woman on my way back from the bathroom. Sorry.
No, my apologies. Oh, you must be Sean.
It was Diana.
What a coincidence. I'm here to have a meal with Erica today.
Unaware of everything, Diana was in a good mood, looking forward to enjoying high-end sushi. Do you always go to places like this with Erica?
Now that you mention it, it's our first time at a sushi place. More importantly, are you okay? Can you afford it? This place is quite expensive.
The chef at the counter looked at us curiously. What is this woman talking about? Seemed to be written all over his face. Thank you for your concern. My father will be covering the bill, so it's all good.
I couldn't bear the thought of having my dad treat me to sushi at this age.
Being able to dish out such backhanded comments so effortlessly was impressive in a way. It really was going to be a long day. May I go say hello to Erica?
Sure, she's in the furthest private room. I'll show you inside. It's supposed to be a room reserved for special guests only.
Why wasn't Diana curious about how Erica managed to make a reservation? Walking down the corridor with Diana, who had no idea who was waiting in the private room, I smiled despite myself.
By the way, why are you wearing a suit if you've quit your job? Oh, right, your job hunting must be tough.
I hadn't thought about getting back at her, but for everyone's sake, I faced her with a winning smile. I've just been appointed as the new president, Diana. I've been under your care as a subordinate, but from now on, I'll be dealing with you strictly as your superior. As we talked, I slowly opened the sliding door to the private room.
Wow, what are you talking about? Have you become so unable to find a job that you've started living in a fantasy?
It's not a delusion. You should really take a good look at the reality in front of you.
Erica interjected, leaving Diana looking utterly baffled. Given that Diana had always favored her as a junior, her confusion was understandable.
The man standing next to me is the president of our parent company, and Sean here is his son.
Sean is the president's son. That's impossible.
And why would I lie about that? Do you think I have any reason to benefit from such a lie?
It was clear that deceiving people for pleasure wasn't in her nature. Diana seemed to come to the same conclusion and calmed down. By the way, this Erica is my father's secretary.
Erica is the secretary. What's going on?
I was just as confused as her when I heard the entire story. My father had grown suspicious when he learned that over 10 people had resigned from a subsidiary's sales department in a single month without any clear reason or accountability. Especially since Diana hadn't been demoted or transferred despite the rumors reaching even the president of the parent company. To prevent any future trouble, he sent Erica to investigate.
Being seconded from the parent company to a subsidiary, and then being assigned to Houston branch. Did I do something wrong?
Erica, it turns out, was an excellent secretary, so much so that my father felt indebted to her. Finally, my father spoke up.
To think that you were dating the president of that company and had everything swept under the rug. In today's world, your treatment of your subordinates could easily become a scandalous article. It wouldn't be strange for it to affect our parent company.
I was just trying to educate my subordinates for their own good.
The idea of her claiming to educate anyone was unacceptable to me. Education, what you did was discard anyone. You couldn't achieve the outcomes you envisioned. Don't ever use the word education again. Well, you and your boyfriend will be demoted, so it's unlikely you'll have subordinates to manage anyway. She must have been really frustrated to be confronted so boldly by me. Or perhaps thinking she was going to be demoted anyway, she didn't care anymore and revealed her true nature in front of the president of the parent company.
Must be nice being the president's son, getting special treatment. Until recently, you couldn't even become a chief, and now you're suddenly the president of a subsidiary.
If this had been said to the old me, I would have despaired. feeling trapped by my father's shadow forever. But now, it is different. I was filled with confidence. I won't deny the special treatment, but I've been observing the company as an ordinary employee. I believe I understand better than anyone what everyone is looking for.
So what? You've always just followed orders from those above you, never achieving significant sales results. How could someone like you possibly be suitable to be a president?
Erica stopped me from responding.
Sean is the right person to be president. You may not know, but whenever Junior couldn't meet their goals, Sean would give up his own projects close to contract to help them, advising on how they could achieve their targets. Since he was giving away his projects, it's natural his own performance would appear lower. Plus, having observed his work, his processing speed is exceptionally fast.
She explained to Diana, just as she had to me.
Sean has always underestimated his abilities, leading to his talents not being fully recognized. In reality, he is very capable.
She had made the same case to my father when reporting on Diana. It led him to reconsider his view of me as inferior to my accomplished elder brother. As a result, I was appointed the new president. The notion of being president seemed impossible at first, but being praised by Erica, who I knew wouldn't just flatter me, made it feel within reach.
Diana, there's something else we need to discuss.
What now?
Diana looked at Erica with a mix of pity and disbelief.
Houston branch's performance hasn't actually been declining. A major supermarket client went bankrupt, reducing revenue, but the number of new contracts has actually increased from last year.
Then why was I sent to Houston?
As she spoke, she seemed to realize the truth. She began to make a call, likely to her boyfriend.
Your boyfriend abandoned you. He sensed the parent company's investigation and got rid of you under the pretext of fixing the Tokyo headquarters sales department.
There was no response on the phone. Diana had been utterly discarded.
You said you've been too busy to contact him since arriving in Houston. You should have realized something was wrong then.
Diana, her face turning pale, stormed out of the restaurant. There's a showdown waiting at the Tokyo headquarters, but that's none of my concern now. I gulped down my now cold tea in one go. The environment has changed so dramatically in the past few hours that my brain can't keep up. Then, my father adds another shock.
Sean, I'm sorry for not really seeing you until now.
He left without waiting for my response. Being acknowledged by my father is a first in my memory. Already at my limit, I couldn't hold back any longer. Tears start flowing one after another.
Let's take it a little easy.
Thinking she's offering to stay until I stop crying, I say thank you only to be met with a puzzled look.
The president left quite a bit of money, and since we both have been troubled by that man, let's recuperate some of it.
Watching her order the most expensive items as if to make a point, my tears stopped, and I found myself laughing before I knew it. Later, the board and I decided to dismiss the president. Diana ended up working as a regular employee at Houston branch. My well-educated juniors in the sales department are reportedly taking good care of her education. Whether it's from the humiliation or the shock of being abandoned by her boyfriend, I heard she's become a shadow of her former beautiful self.
It's been about a month since Diana was demoted.
Upon hearing Erica's words, I truly realized how quickly time flies. I became president shortly thereafter. To help with my likely anxieties, my father made her my secretary. I always knew she was capable in the sales department, but her skills as a secretary are exceptionally high, preparing things in advance and greatly assisting me. Yeah, it's already been a month. She seemed unable to hide her irritation at my heartfelt muttering.
I didn't mean to get nostalgic about the president. I was thinking we should check if Johnson hasn't caused any problems lately.
Oh, right. When would be a good time?
Let's do it next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday is my brother's birthday. I hold back a retort, knowing it would come back to me tenfold. My brother liked Erica and had been quite forward with her. When she was appointed as my secretary, his frustrated expression was a bit of revenge for me. As she and I spent time together, our relationship evolved. I had thought she never showed her emotions, but as we grew closer, she began to share more of her expressive side. During the challenging times right after I became president, she supported me, and before I knew it, I had fallen for her. Realizing I had fallen for the same person, as my brother made me laugh. I offer Erica a box of chocolates from a shop I like.
What's this all of a sudden? You didn't do something wrong, did you?
She takes the bag of chocolates warily but with care. Her caution is warranted. Turns out I ended up like my brother. I'm giving this to you with that in mind, so if it bothers you, just say so. We can go back to just being president and secretary. It's not a bother, she replied, placing the bag gently on her desk.